Actually, it was kind of necessity that kicked off Grind because unfortunately my dad passed away when I was 25, and that necessitated some action, if you like, in that I inherited this mobile phone business, which by that point was, I think it was break even slash loss making, hard to tell.
Right.
He'd been sick for a few years, obviously hadn't cared less about the business and was focusing on getting better. So the business had kind of been in decline. Plus, you had the shift towards the iPhone, where everyone just wants the phone in a box, and it becomes, it's no longer. It started off installing something that in today's money would cost £5,000 into the back of your car to a relatively commoditized thing where everyone just wants it for the cheapest price. So the business had been coming off anyway, but I loved that little building on Old Street Roundabout. So for people who are not in London or super familiar with London, there's a roundabout called Old Street Roundabout in East London, just near the city. It's became, as you know, teeth need to suck eggs, but it's become known as Silicon Roundabout. Businesses like TransferWise and those kind of businesses, loads of tech businesses were literally born on top of that roundabout, sometimes in Shoreditch Grind in the early days. And this became really the hub of East London. And even though we made the decision to create Shoreditch Grind before that, you could see it coming, right? 2012, the Olympics was coming, that was in Stratford, the centre of London was kind of gravitating east. And I love that little spot, that little round building.
It is a wicked building.
I
mean, and it's still there today, obviously, in terms of it looks awesome, and it's very iconic. In fact, I was there only a few months ago. I remember it really well. It's a great building.
No, it was an amazing building, and it was my dad's building. He didn't have the freehold, but he had a very long lease. That we've since extended into an even longer lease.
999.
But I wish it was 999, but it's not far off.
Not far off.
And I just it never for a second occurred to me that we would give this building back, or we would not do something with it. And obviously that kicked off the whole Grind project.